Israel's Defence Minister Yoav Gallant outlined proposals for the future governance of Gaza once the war against Hamas is over. He said there would be limited Palestinian rule in the enclave and that Hamas would no longer control Gaza. He added that Israel would retain overall security control of the territory. The plan will now be submitted to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's war cabinet, which in recent weeks has been divided over the future of Gaza. Meanwhile, in a meeting with U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham in Tel Aviv, Israeli PM Benjamin Netanyahu said Israel is absolutely committed to achieving its war goals, which is to destroy Hamas, release all hostages, and ensuring Gaza does not become a threat again. Israel's war against Hamas is nearing the 3-month mark amid rising international concern over a wider regional conflict. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is headed back to West Asia. This is his 4th trip since the Israel-Hamas war began. Blinken is expected to hold tough talks on new aid for Gaza and a de-escalation in the region. Biden's top diplomat will visit both Israel and the West Bank. He's also visiting 5 Arab countries: Egypt, Jordan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. However, Blinken will first stop in Turkey, an uneasy U.S. ally which is home to key Hamas leaders. Hamas has blamed Israel for attempting to expand the war into a wider regional conflict. In a statement, Hamas leader Khaled Meshal said Israel wants to export the crisis abroad and expand the circle of aggression. The statement comes after senior Hamas leader Saleh al-Aruri was killed in a drone strike in Beirut, Lebanon. On the ground, tensions surge as Israel continues its onslaught in the Gaza Strip. The Israeli military launched multiple strikes in and around Gaza City and the biggest city in the south, Khan Yunis. Gaza's health ministry says at least 125 people have been killed in Israeli strikes in 24 hours. The bombing ignited fires in Gaza's central Deir al-Bala area and the Al-Maghazi refugee camp. 2 people were killed and dozens wounded in an Israeli airstrike in Rafah. Videos show locals and officials clearing rubble with their hands and searching for survivors using mobile phone lights. Over 22,000 people have been killed in Israeli strikes at Gaza, which is almost 1% of the 2.3 million population of the enclave. The Islamic State has claimed responsibility for the deadly twin blasts near the tomb of Qasem Soleimani in southern Iran. At least 84 people were killed and over 200 were injured after 2 explosions ripped through the massive crowd which had gathered to mark the death anniversary of the top Iranian commander Qasem Soleimani. This was the deadliest attack in Iran since its 1979 revolution. The United States says Russia has used ballistic missiles supplied by North Korea to target Ukrainian cities. U.S. National Security spokesperson John Kirby called it a significant and concerning escalation relating to Pyongyang's support for Moscow. Washington says it will raise the matter at the UN Security Council and impose additional sanctions on those facilitating the arms transfer. Ballistic missiles launched by Russia hit Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, on January 2nd. South Korea's spy agencies claim that North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has reportedly picked his successor. Seoul says Kim Jong-un's daughter, Kim Joo-ae, who has accompanied him to missile tests and military parades, is his most likely heir. This is the first time South Korea's National Intelligence Service acknowledged Kim Joo-ae as Kim Jong-un's successor. A U.S. congressional report claimed former President Donald Trump's business received at least $7.8 million from foreign governments, including China, during his time in the White House. The report added that officials from Saudi Arabia, India, Turkey and DR Congo were among some 20 countries' representatives who paid money to Trump's hotel and real estate business during his presidency. The report says such revenues from overseas governments violated a U.S. constitutional ban on foreign emoluments. There's been another incident of mass shooting in the United States. A student opened fire at a high school in Iowa. One student has been reported dead and 5 others were injured in the shooting that took place on the first day back from holiday break. The suspect, also a student, took his own life after the incident. An improvised explosive device was also found by investigators at the Perry High School in Iowa. At least 26 people sustained injuries after a train derailed on the Upper West Side of New York City. A passenger train departing the 96th Street station collided with a work train, causing the work train carrying transit workers to derail. Emergency personnel responded to the scene and escorted passengers back to the station. Authorities say hundreds were evacuated. 3 people were killed and at least 28 injured after 2 trains collided in Indonesia's island of Java. The collision left numerous train carriages overturned. Rescuers and search teams were working on the site of the accident. About 106 passengers have been rescued. The cause of the accident is still being investigated. In climate news, Russia's capital Moscow recorded its lowest temperature of minus 27 degrees Celsius yesterday. According to the Russian Weather Department, this was the lowest mercury reading in 74 years. As per forecasts, severe cold weather will continue till the 7th of January. The northern regions of Sweden are experiencing extreme weather conditions. Some villages near the Arctic Circle recorded temperatures close to minus 43 degrees Celsius. Sweden's weather department says this is the coldest in 25 years. India's Jammu and Kashmir region is battling a severe cold wave. The city of Jammu recorded the season's coldest day with minus 4.7 degrees Celsius yesterday. The city of Srinagar in the Kashmir Valley recorded minus 3.8 degrees Celsius. Snowfall in Jammu and Kashmir is expected over the next few days. According to a snow survey conducted by American authorities, the state of California has logged the lowest snowpack for this time in the last decade. Snowpack is the snow that falls on the ground and doesn't melt because of freezing temperatures. The survey reveals a concerning 25% shortage compared to the historical average. Parts of France are struggling to cope with the impact of Atlantic storms. Roads and houses in northern France were submerged under floodwater. France's weather service has issued an orange alert for flooding through the weekend. Flooding from torrential rain in the United Kingdom has forced people to leave their submerged homes. Residents in the regions of Berkshire and Nottinghamshire were evacuated from their houses. Life came to a standstill as roads remained closed due to floodwater. Houses in northern Belgium sustained heavy damage after a winter rainstorm hit the region. The storm tore off the roof tiles and solar panels of several homes. Local authorities and firefighters have begun work to clear off the debris left by the storm. On to business and tech news. French grocery giant Carrefour will take Pepsi products off the shelves in its stores, citing unacceptable price increases. The supermarket also put up signs in stores informing customers of the decision. This will affect products such as Pepsi Soda, Doritos and Quaker cereals. The spat with PepsiCo comes as France grapples with rising food prices. Americans ramped up their online shopping in the 2023 holiday season. They've splurged a record-setting $222 billion on electronics, toys and other items. According to an Adobe Analytics report, the spending haul between November 1st and December 31st marks a 4.95% increase from the previous holiday season. Adobe previously reported that shoppers spent a record $12.4 billion while online shopping on Cyber Monday alone. Auto giant Ford sold nearly 2 million vehicles in the United States in 2023. The numbers were buoyed by accelerating electric vehicle sales and continued growth in internal combustion engine trucks. Ford's figures represented an increase of just over 7% year-on-year, a day after rivals General Motors and Toyota also reported a rise in U.S. sales. According to a report by the Highway Loss Data Institute, certain Hyundai and Kia models saw a tenfold increase in thefts in the past 3 years. The report adds that theft insurance claims for vulnerable Hyundais and Kias increased over 1,000% between 2020 and 2023. The Hyundai Motor Group owns a large stake in Kia, and various Hyundai and Kia models share much of their engineering. The report states that more recent models with button press start options are less vulnerable to theft. U.S. energy company APA Corporation has agreed to buy competitor Callon Petroleum in a transaction valued at around $4.5 billion, including debt, marking the latest deal in the sector. APA will acquire Callon in an all-stock deal. This comes after several high-profile agreements in the energy industry, such as ExxonMobil's mega deal to acquire Pioneer Natural Resources for about $60 billion and Chevron's $53 billion acquisition of Hess. Elon Musk's SpaceX has moved court to try and derail a U.S. National Labor Relations Board hearing over complaints by workers. The workers say they were fired for criticizing Chief Executive Elon Musk. SpaceX argued that the structure of the regulatory board is unconstitutional and the hearing process violates the company's right to a jury trial. Microsoft is adding a Copilot key for AI-powered assistance with the click of a button. This will be Microsoft's biggest update to the Windows keyboard in 30 years. The software giant said that the new key will be coming to new PCs soon, as it heralded the year of the AI PC. What this essentially means is that with a single button, PC users will be able to engage with an AI-powered chatbot. Google has started testing changes to the way companies are able to track users online. A new feature in its browser Chrome disables third-party cookies, which are small files stored on your device to collect analytic data, personalize ads, and monitor browsing. Google Chrome's new feature will initially be available to just 1% of global users, which is about 30 million people. Google describes the changes as a test, with plans for a full rollout to eliminate cookies later this year. TDK Core, an Apple Inc. supplier and the world's largest maker of smartphone batteries, claims its latest technological breakthrough is set to be a game changer in the quest to pack more power into phones. TDK Core is fielding surging inquiries from Asia about a new lineup of smartphone batteries. TDK now is the sole mass producer of silicon-carbon batteries for smartphone use. The Kim Kardashian Hollywood mobile game is shutting down almost a decade after its release. In Kim Kardashian's successful mobile game, players could purchase in-game currency called K-Stars to make a mark through events, modeling, and dating. The game allowed players to boost their fame. Kim Kardashian said that the game meant a lot to her, but it was time to focus that energy into other passions. Moving to sports, let's start with cricket. India beat South Africa by 7 wickets in yesterday's test match. India successfully chased down the target of 79 runs on the second day itself. The match has now become the shortest test in history. India and South Africa finished the series tied at 1-1. Australian cricketer David Warner has found his baggy green cap. Warner took to social media to thank the hotel staff and management that found the cap for him. The Australian opener had reported that his cap was missing from his luggage while travelling for the second test match against Pakistan. In football, Barcelona beat Las Palmas 2-1 in yesterday's La Liga match. Both teams were tied 1-1 in the first half. Ilkay Gundogan scored on a penalty 2 minutes into second half injury time to seal the win for Barcelona. Juventus thrashed Salernitana 6-1 in a Coppa Italia knockout match yesterday. Salernitana started off strong with a goal in the very first minute, but then Juventus piled on 6 goals, starting from the 12th minute till full time. With the win, Juventus have entered the Coppa Italia quarter-final. Striker Kylian Mbappe has reconfirmed that he will not be extending his contract with current club Paris Saint-Germain. However, Mbappe says that he has not made the decision on which team he will join in the future. As per reports, Real Madrid and Liverpool are keen on signing the 25-year-old. Mbappe's contract with PSG expires at the end of this season. Algerian footballer Youssef Attal has been given an 8-month jail sentence by a French court. This comes after Attal made social media posts on the Israel-Hamas war. The post was a message by a Palestinian preacher calling for Black Days on Jews. The French court found Attal's post provocative on religious grounds. Along with the jail sentence, the Algerian has also been fined $49,000. In tennis, Rafael Nadal advanced into the Brisbane International quarterfinal. The Spaniard Nadal beat Australian Jason Kubler 6-1, 6-2 in straight sets. The match lasted 1 hour and 23 minutes. Nadal will next face Australia's Jordan Thompson. World number 2 Aryna Sabalenka stormed into the Brisbane International quarterfinal. Belarusian Sabalenka beat her Chinese counterpart Xu Lin 6-1, 6-0 in straight sets. Sabalenka next plays Russia's Daria Kasatkina. South Africa's Oscar Pistorius has been released from jail today. The Olympic runner had been in jail for 11 years for murdering his girlfriend. The athlete was found guilty of murder and was sentenced to 13 years in jail. Pistorius rose to fame after becoming the first para-athlete to race at the Olympic level. The Olympic Aquatic Centre at the Paris 2024 Games will be completely run on renewable energy. Olympic organizers say that the swimming pool's roof is covered with over 4,000 solar panels. They are confident that the panels will generate enough electricity to power and heat the aquatic centre. The swimming pool is one of the most expensive structures at the Paris Olympics, with an estimated cost of $175 million. In entertainment news, actor Margot Robbie is excited to see singer Lady Gaga play the role of Harley Quinn. Robbie revealed that in an interview that she looks forward to seeing what the Oscar-winning singer will bring to the character. She says, and I quote, "I always wanted Harley to be a character that would get passed on to other actresses to play." Lady Gaga will replace Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn in the upcoming film Joker Folie à Deux. Actor Amber Heard took to Instagram to thank her fans who supported her return to the comic book franchise film Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. She wrote that her role was pared down as a result of her divorce from actor Johnny Depp. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom released in December 2023. Actor Steven Yeun has said that he regrets exiting Marvel's film The Thunderbolts. The actor confirmed at an event that he is no longer working on The Thunderbolts. He cited scheduling conflicts as the reason behind his decision to leave. Actor David Tennant will host the BAFTA Film Awards this year. Tennant said he was overjoyed when he was asked to be the host. The BAFTA Film Awards will take place at the Royal Festival Hall in London on February 18th. George Clooney says it was challenging to shoot the boat racing sequences for his upcoming film, The Boys in the Boat. He said in an interview that it was a task to make the races look exciting on screen. The Boys in the Boat is about an American student rowing team which won gold at the 1936 Berlin Olympics. The film is scheduled to release on January 12th. The final trailer of the upcoming film Mean Girls was released yesterday. The trailer introduces new characters who navigate their life in high school. The upcoming film adapts the original teen comedy as a musical. It's set to hit theaters on January 12th. To celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Spice Girls' formation in 1994, the Royal Mail of Britain launched a stamp collection featuring images of the pop group. The stamps have pictures of each member along with the band's performances around the world. The Royal Mail said that this was the first time that they launched an entire stamp collection for a female pop group. A comic book on South Korean boy band BTS is set to release on the 10th of January. The 22-page comic book will follow the group's journey to stardom. The transition of the group from pop stars to soldiers is also a part of the book. It'll be released in both print and digital formats. Singer Nicki Minaj revealed in an interview that the track Are You Gone Already from her latest album Pink Friday 2 was inspired by the sudden loss of her father in 2021. In the song, Minaj expresses the grief she felt after she found out that her father was no more. Pink Friday 2 released in December 2023. Actor Glynis Johns has passed away at the age of 100. She was known for her role in the popular film Mary Poppins. The actor's manager said that she died of natural causes at an assisted living facility in the American city of Los Angeles. Glynis Johns is survived by her son.